Welcome, Hard in the Fight fans. My name is Omar. I am going to be without my co-host today, the area Hawani of Street Beefs, Daniel Castillo. Today, we'll be talking to the one, the only Kickboxgrl, the trailblazer in women's combat sports for Streetbeefs Westcoast. We're excited to talk to her today about her post-fight, about her fight in this post-fight interview. Welcome to the show. Back at it here on Hard in the Fight. We have the one, the only Kickboxgrl, the first female fighter for the West Coast Street Beefs branch, Streetbeefs Westcoast. Welcome to the show again, Kickboxgrl. How are you feeling?
Thank you for having me. You know what? A lot of people think I would be down, but honestly, I feel good. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. I always wanted to step in there and see how it feels. I watch a lot of fights on TV, and I'm always talking out of my butt sometimes. But you get in there, it's a different story. It's a real different experience.
Yeah, we certainly know that is true. It takes a special type of human being to get in the ring, to get in a fist fight, and accept getting hit. So, yeah. So much kudos, much props to you for doing that. It shows just the type of person you are, the type of warrior, right, and the spirit that you have.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're excited to dig into the fight a little bit with you. But first, let's back up. Let's back up all the way to the press conference, right? So you showed up to the press conference, and at that time, you didn't have an opponent, right?
No.
You weren't even sure really if you were going to fight this past Saturday. And so, we talked a little bit about it in the press conference, how historic this moment was for the Streetbeefs West Coast branch in having their first female fighter. So after the press conference, what were the emotions going through your body, in your mind, knowing that you were actually sort of creating this path for other female fighters?
I felt really highly motivated, energetic for it. I mean, I was training for a certain opponent, but at that point I was like, you know what? This is a once in a lifetime. Not a lot of females come forward, and I really just wanted to take anybody at that given moment. I mean, I was actually ready to call out anybody over there, any girls. Hey, do you box? Do you fight? Hey, can we just throw down? I want to make history, and I really wanted the girls to come out like that. I was really nervous and excited, but like I said, I was training for a specific opponent. I didn't know who I was gonna fight. I didn't know what kind of experience they were going to have. Didn't know how long they were fighting for. I mean, I only been training. I actually haven't really fought. I've sparred here and there. And like I said, in and out of injuries and stuff. And maybe recovering from foot surgery just 6 months ago, even though I wasn't 100% physically ready, I was ready to just go for it anyway. I mean, like I said, once in a lifetime, I had to do it no matter what.
Awesome. So talk. Okay. So the press conference was on Friday.
Yeah.
The next day, Saturday comes, the fight day, right? So talk us through, paint a picture for us. What was it like going up to the actual fights? Talk to us about that day.
So, when men overreact at football, Sunday football, NFL, that's how I am with fights. Any fight, girl fight, guys fight. I watch a lot of UFC. That's all I ever do is watch fights. So when I'm in there, physically watching it in person, it's such my feelings were so overwhelmed with excitement. Like I could have composed myself. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Like, it actually got me hyped up if I got called out into the fight that day. So I was really already pumped up to just get somebody to accept my fight. It was a really great experience just to see those warriors and they just fight their hearts out, win or lose. We're not really there for that. We're there just to show our hearts off. And this is what Street Beefs was all about. Just doing what you love most and just pursuing it and acting it out.
Well said. So you show up at this point. Do you get a call from Martin and Alex from Tiny Tank and Bushido Zed saying that they have a fight lined up for you? Or are you showing up just waiting to see what happens?
No, I just showed up just to see what happens. I felt like I was going to get called out because I had said, hey, I'll take on anybody at any given moment. I was ready. I mean, I even weighed myself. I did the weigh-in. I was the only female there that did it. When that moment happened, everybody was like, hey, anyone who didn't have a matchup yet, come forward. So I came forward. And at that moment, a girl had stepped up. and say, hey, you guys need a female fighter. Hey, I'll fight. And she was only there to support her friend. She wasn't there to fight. She's not even in the Streetbeefs Westcoast. She just kind of stepped in there, and I gave her a lot of mad respect and heart for that, and I was actually really so pumped and excited. I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's make history, girl. Let's do it.
And so she steps up, you step up, and what's going through your mind at that time? I mean, I hear you say that you were like, let's go, let's do it. But thinking out, I mean, you're looking at this individual for the first time.
Yeah.
What was the range of emotions going through your mind at that moment?
At that moment, when she stepped up and I had talked to her, my heart was racing. I was really overcome with joy and excitement at the same time. I was a little bit nervous. I had the jitters. I mean, I think every fighter that steps into that ring for the first time is going to have the jitters. But honestly, I've been waiting for this. I just wanted to get in there, show what I got. I didn't want to step down. I didn't want to talk all this mess about, I'm going to take anything, anybody, and then just back down. I didn't know what kind of experience she had. I just asked what her name was. Hey, nice to meet you. Let's do this. I appreciate you stepping up and taking this fight last minute.
Okay, so y'all, so you accept the fight. Both of you accept the fight. And how long from that moment to the moment, like how long was it between when you got an opponent to the time that you stepped in the ring? How much time passed?
Oh, I think it was about 20 minutes or about 30. She wasn't even ready. She didn't even have gear on her. She said she had to go back home and get ready and get her gear and stuff. So I was like, hey, yeah, girl, take your time. We have a lot of fights going on anyway. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So it was probably about maybe 30 minutes, I say. And then at that time, I was kind of, sparring with my man over here, just kind of doing a little bit of pad work here and then just get myself warmed up. She was there to be ready.
Awesome. So then she shows up with her gear. You got your sweat on, doing, loose and doing the mitt work. Yeah. Then you get into the ring. You are looking across the ring from her. I see you breathing out right now. You're exhaling. Like
I'm just remembering that moment.
Tell me what's coming up for you.
So as soon as I stepped in that ring, I mean, it's really different from training versus fighting. Like I said, I've never fought before. So when I stepped in that ring, it was tunnel vision. Like my vision was like that. That's all I saw. I didn't see anybody else around me. I didn't hear anybody else. All I saw was her and her gloves. So at that moment, I was just ready to go. I mean, whether it came to me or not, I was ready to just go for it. Yep.
And so one of the things that everybody's talking about for this card was the setup, right? The setup was different. This was in a new location, and we had the boxing ring, right? Which was, I forget the size, the measurement. I think it was like a 10 by 10, and then you had
pretty small
haystacks. How did y'all land on which of the two you were going to fight in? How was that decision made?
So I saw a lot of people fight in the other one because it was a lot bigger. I thought about fighting in that one. The only problem with that is, though, it was the haystacks. I didn't want to fall over or hurt myself in any way. I felt like the ring was more constricted. And since I was shorter than her, I felt like I had more room to kind of like get closer. Because, my thing is I wanted to close that distance. She had a lot more reach than I did, and she was taller than me. So that was my thing, and I didn't want to get caught, going over the haystack or somebody pushing me, maybe throwing me off balance, So that's why I chose the smaller ring, and she was okay with it.
That makes sense. I mean, that certainly makes sense. And you made a quick. It sounds like you made a quick assessment and almost put together a quick game plan on, some strategy, if you will, around how you were going to try to win this fight. Can you talk to me a little bit more about what other game plans or strategies that you think about going into that fight? Of course, you don't know. This is the first time you're meeting this person, so you don't have any tape on them. Other than their physical stature, was there anything else that you said, this is what I'm going to try to implement?
So what I've been training all week was, I'm always going to assume that my opponent is taller than me because I'm short. I'm 5 feet. I'm really short. So my strategy was just do body shots, try to stay low, keep my hands up at all times and just try to go for the body. Once I see them crunch down a little bit, that's an opportunity for me to start hitting the face, because I don't have that reach. I don't have a really good long reach like my taller opponents do. So that was my strategy. And just to kind of just keep blocking, I worked on blocking. And when I fight in video games, I don't block. I just go for it. That's the kind of fight I just go. I just want to hit, but yeah, I was working on really the blocking technique, and then just trying to go for the body, just go low.
Awesome. So the bell rings, or the referee says go, and you get in there. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So this is what really gets me, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. I mean, whoever's watching this right now, if you feel ashamed for losing or for not doing what you wanted to do, don't be. It's a lot different than when you're in there in that moment. Like, my mind went blank. Like I said, my tunnel vision was very, very limited. I only saw her gloves. I don't know why my mind wanted me to hit her in the face, which I tried doing, but she was so fast. And I faced a really tough, experienced opponent. She was a very tough girl, and I give her mad respect for even jumping in last minute like that. But she was just really too fast for me. So that's something I know I needed to work on, was my speed. But yeah, like I said, I just went completely blank. And I wasn't hearing anything else but my mind, like, go, just go for it, Yeah. That was my intake on that moment.
Yeah, I certainly seen. So I watched the film, and it certainly appeared to me that she had some training before. I mean, she was throwing some pretty crisp punches, straight down the line. Like, her jab and her straight right looked pretty clean. So yeah. I mean, how did it feel getting punched by this other female fighter? Did you feel the punches at all? Were they heavy? Did they hurt?
So for me, they were really fast. Like, I didn't know I knew what to do. I knew I had a block, but she was so fast that I didn't have time to even think what to do next. The punches, yeah, they stung a little bit. The problem with the fight for me, I actually hurt my foot. The foot I just got out of surgery from. I hurt it in some point of the fight. So when she was throwing those punches at me, it was throwing me off balance, and my foot was hurting to the point where I couldn't keep that balance on that foot. And this is my strongest foot, my right foot. So at that moment, I was feeling those punches. It almost looked like I was closing my eyes, but I don't think I was. I think I was just getting stunned, And then I got caught into the ropes. When you guys saw that part, I got caught into the ropes, and then he started counting me down. To be honest with you, when he started counting me down, I wanted to quit. My foot was already in pain. The pain in the head wasn't much. I didn't really feel much of that. It's just my foot was really hurting me. But I was like, you know what? This is what I'm here for. I'm here. I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to keep going. I don't want to quit unless they have to stop it. That's the point I was trying to go across. So.
Well, you certainly showed a lot of heart. So again, I said it at the top of the hour, and I told you, and just communicated with you. Like, I think you certainly showed a lot of heart in this fight. And so, big props to you. This was history, right? Like I've been telling you, you made herstory, right? Not history,
yes.
You made herstory.
That was my main message. Yeah.
Branch. And you certainly achieved that. And we see Sunshine from the OG Streetbeefs branch giving you a shout out to you and your opponent. And so, people are talking about this throughout the Streetbeefs community. Tell me, Kickboxgrl, what are you taking away from this fight?
What I'm taking away, it really humbled me. I've been in street fights before when I was younger. I've never been knocked down like that. So I feel good to say that, wow, I got knocked down. And it's like, it's weird to say, I guess, for some people. It's a good feeling. I've been knocked down. It humbled me a lot. Now when I watch these fights on TV, any fighter that steps into that ring, amateur, pro, or just stepping in for the first time, mad respect automatically. You're a warrior for just going in there and just showing what you got. This is what I wanted to portray out there. It's not about winning or losing. If anything, my win for me was stepping into that ring knowing that I wasn't 100% physically ready, and I knew I had some disadvantages, and not knowing who my opponent was, and she didn't know either. So it's like she didn't know what kind of experience I had either. So just mad respect for both of us. And, me and her, we've been kind of talking on Instagram, and she's a sweet girl. And, I gave her a lot of hugs, and we just have mad props for each other. And it was a really awesome experience. I can't explain that feeling. Just for anybody that's talking crap out there and hating, you know what? Glove up or shut up. You know, I mean, I will say this proudly. I got my butt dropped, and I'm proud to say it. And it's not an embarrassing thing. It's not even a bad thing for me. It's a good experience.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. You know, I think that, you know, again, you showed so much heart, and no matter the outcome, it's you know how the saying goes, win or learn, right? So
Exactly.
that's all that you can take from it. And yeah, I mean, you're always gonna have people in the comments hating, but
Yeah,
I think what matters the most is what you're taking away from this, and then also your next move. So let's talk about that. What is next for Kickboxgrl?
Well, I was telling this girl, Lisa, that she actually inspired me to go train harder, to go train more. I have to fully let my foot recover, because I feel like I was about 7 out of 10 with my foot. Now I'm back down to like 4 out of 10 with my foot. I mean, I messed it up pretty bad. So I need to make sure that's fully 100% recovered. And then I'm just going to start training harder, and I'm going to start sparring more and start taking on more opponents, you know, and before I actually start getting into another fight. But this won't be the last you guys will see of me. I will definitely be back on Streetbeefs Westcoast.
That's perfect. I'm glad to hear that. And I don't know. So fun fact, I don't know if you've been following this or not, but as of maybe 5 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago, since before we started this interview, I went to check out how these videos are trending. And from this past weekend's fights, you are in second. You are in second place with the most trended, with the most views on the videos that have been posted. So first we have Shinigami and Streetbender. I believe their video is about 121,000 views, and you're 41,000 views.
Wow,
so how does it feel to hear that? 41,000.
That's exciting. I mean, I've never been on YouTube like that. Like, people think I should go on YouTube. Like, you know, I do a lot of cooking, and, you know, I'm my personal chef, and I do all these little training martial arts videos. And it's like, I've never dreamt about being on YouTube like that, you know, for me to go on like that, even though win or lose, it's an awesome feeling. It really is. And like I said, I don't pay attention to anyone that's commenting. You know, it is what it is. They don't know the story. They don't know what I've been through. You know, I've been in and out of injuries. I mentioned in the last interview, I was in a car accident. So I've been in and out of fights, or not fights, training throughout 4 years, you know. I think it would have been very different, but that, at least I'm still here, and I'm still able to train as much as I can to my best ability. So. Perfect.
Well, any final thoughts or message? I mean, you've certainly dropped a lot of gems here. I think in terms of just the fighter mentality and your mentality, right? The message to other people thinking about, especially other women thinking about getting into the ring. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts? Well, I'm not quitting. Like I said, I'll struggle, but I won't quit. This won't be the last you guys see of me. I mean, my man Chef Gangster won his fight. I was really proud of him. He took the W for us. That was a very awesome comeback for him. I'm very proud of him, and I want to shout out to him that he took the W for us. But like I said, just don't give up, and don't worry about what people think of you. Just do you. You know what you're doing. You know your life story, and that's all that matters. Just stay positive and just motivate and push harder.
Awesome. And where can folks find you, follow you, support your journey?
IG Kickboxgrl, but GRL, not GIRL. So just Kickboxgrl.
Perfect. Just the way it is on your title right here.
Yes, awesome. Thank you.
And again, I mean, you are a trailblazer, and so we just want to thank you. As a mixed martial arts fan, as a combat sports fan, I am a huge believer and just supporter of women's mixed martial arts, of women's combat sports. I think it's just as exciting, if not more exciting, than you know, the men fighters. So again, thank you so much for, you know, allowing us to be part of this journey with you, and congratulations on being a trailblazer. And so we look forward to having you back on the show. We look forward to you seeing you back in the ring. Thank you so much for the time, Kickboxgrl. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, Hard in the Fight. And also thank you, Streetbeefs Westcoast, for allowing me to be a part of this journey. You guys show nothing but love and support, and this is why I will continue to do what I do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kickboxgrl.
Thank you.
If you like what you saw, you like what you heard, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hard in the Fight. Turn on them notifications for all the latest updates on our newest content. Until then, stay tuned for our third and final live event in Hard in the Fight with the inaugural Hard in the Fight End of the Year Award Show happening this December 27th on our Hard in the Fight YouTube channel. Again, subscribe so that you can get all the latest notifications on the 2020 Hard in the Fight Award Show. Now, if you enjoy our content and have been enjoying the continued growth of this platform, please donate some pocket change. Any amount goes a long way to our Patreon page. Until then, dig deep and double down on your commitment to yourself.